we have our next candidate approaching. Mr. Anthony Thornton, thank you for joining us. We will give you the time and the question. The first question for 1 minute, please introduce yourself and tell us why you'd like to be Lieutenant Governor.
Why I'd like to be Lieutenant Governor?
Yes.
Okay, well, first of all, a little quick background on me. I'm a military brat. You still can't hear me. That better, much better. Okay, let's start the time now.
Okay.
So my name is Ant Thornton. I'm running for Lieutenant Governor, and the reason I'm running is because I love the state of New Mexico. I've been here 40 plus years. In my past career, I've worked at Sandia National Labs for 27 of those years. And I love the state, I love the people, I love the climate, and I love everything about the state except for one thing, which is the leadership. I'm sick and tired of watching the state go down the gutter, and I decided to enter the race as of September 15th of last year, because I think what the state needs, I'm ready to provide, and I'm ready to give the best I can give to make sure that happens.
Thank you. In 2 minutes, the Lieutenant Governor serves as a member of several boards, commissions, and councils, as well as the Governor's executive cabinet. What would be primary to your effectiveness in this role?
Well, there's several roles there's 2 constitutional roles that the Lieutenant Governor serves on. First is President of the Senate. Last year I served as a 2021 Senate analyst for the legislature. I actually was a minority analyst for the Republican Party. And in that role, you basically get to see how legislation is made. So I think I have the ability to basically make sure I can trap legislation before it ever reaches the floor, bad legislation before it ever reaches the floor. The second role that the Lieutenant Governor plays is to serve as the ombuds for the state. I'm the only candidate who is actually a certified member of the International Ombuds Association. I've been in that role since 2016. It is basically a role where you serve as the person to do alternative dispute resolution. I've had that role since 2016 because after I retired from Sandia National Laboratories, I worked for a company called University Space Research Association. And in that role, they asked me to become the ombuds. And that was an organization that had sites all across the United States where issues would come up. And I was the one that would help resolve those issues before you'd ever go to HR. So I served as a mentor, coach, advisor to the folks who had issues with their management or their peers.
Thank you. Tell us what it means to serve as an ombudsman for the state of New Mexico, and what special skills or qualifications that you have to shine in this role.
Okay, well, I just said that. So, as I said, the ombuds is a role where you do alternative dispute resolution. And the key there is basically you're a neutral party when someone comes to you for an issue. And you're a confidential party. Essentially, as a true ombuds for a corporation, you're basically serving as a coach, mentor, advisor to an individual. They come with you with a problem. It's not your job to solve their problem. It's your job to give them advice on where they can go to get that problem resolved. And so, in the sense of a corporate ombudsman, the role in that case is you could actually refer them to HR. Most people don't want to go to HR because they're to get a full-time investigation. Sometimes they just need a coaching or a new ear to hear their particular problem, and basically they get the advice, they can go forward with how, basically to resolve that issue on their own. But you don't solve the problem for them. That's the true role of an ombudsman.
Thank you. What do you believe will be the biggest challenge you face as Lieutenant Governor?
I think the biggest challenge will be working with whatever governor we have. I think I bring a lot of talent to the floor in terms of my abilities. One of the things I hope to do is because of my executive management experience at Sandia Labs and also at Lockheed Martin. I've managed multi-million-dollar programs over the course of my career. And I have a lot of good program management experience. And I think that allows me to be the go-to person for the governor. If they have an initiative that they'd like to see resolved, they can hand it off to me because of my program management experience. I should be allowed, if they permit, to take the lead on that initiative and make sure it's work it through to fruition. So that would be the goal that I would choose, that would best utilize my talents.
Okay, thank you. Final question, 1 minute. What is the single most important skill that you offer that makes you the best candidate for Lieutenant Governor?
Well, there's, like I said, the executive management experience is the one that I think I can bring to the table. The other thing that I bring that I'm a little bit different than other candidates is because of my technical background at Sandia Labs, I believe that I can be a tech ambassador for the state, and also because I can speak to Sandia, Los Alamos, White Sands Missile Range, and Air Force Research Lab. One of the things I'd like to do is take the technologies that's inside of these laboratories and bring them out into private industry here in New Mexico so that our kids and our grandkids will have good opportunities here. They don't have to leave the state in order to go forward. So that's the one thing that I think I can bring to the table because I speak geek, and I can talk to those laboratories and help them move some of those technologies out. And I think there are different kinds of funds available, like a severance fund, where we could help entrepreneurs come out and give them some incentives to come out of the laboratories and create new jobs here in New Mexico. So the management experience and the technical skill set allows me to do some things that other folks won't be able to do.
Thank you. The hiring committee, New Mexico voters, will let you know on June 7th if you have been selected.
Thank you very much.
Proceed.
Appreciate it.